Ah, I got stories. Oh my god. Okay, okay, let's get it started. I'm sorry I had to torture the audience. Oh my god, I love reality. Reality is just too fucking funny. Oh. All right, let's start the story from day one because every story requires a day one start. Every story requires a day one start. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, okay. So in my apartment complex, I'm just walking around, stalking the territory as real niggas do. Because what niggas do, we walk outside, we touch grass. Most of you niggas don't touch grass, and that's why you don't have stories because you're not touching grass. If you don't touch if you don't touch grass, how you gonna have stories about anything? I ain't gonna put that on a t-shirt. I mean, if you don't touch grass, where's the shorts coming from? Where's the stories coming from? All right, but anyway, so oh my god, give me a second, give me a second, so I can stop laughing at how fucking funny this shit. Oh my god. Serious shit. Ooh. I'm sorry, audience. Give me a break. Gotta take care of some real nigga operations. Rush. Uh, all right. Let's start the story from the origins. Why did everybody leave? Taser, I heard you got a crash out shorty. Yeah, it's true. Like, why niggas be leaving? I gotta put this on Twitter. Hold on. Let me put this story. I crashed out shorty. I already have a man. What's his shoe? What's his shoe size? What's his shoe size? Lying ass girls. So tired. Thanks, sir. Oh my god, sir. My god. Tell him Apex said you fucked up. You fucked up humans. Try again. Oh my god. I like your name. Oh my god. I wish humans just understand. We created God. Like God is our own thing that we designed. All right, let's get started on the story. Let's get started with the story. I'm happy. I'm happy with two people. Two people are willing to listen to the story. I'm gonna crash out shorty. I gotta make that to a song. Crash out shorty. Bitches want to take that. They don't think you niggas are real. Wait, crash out shorty. Hold on. Crash out shorty. Crash out shorty. The, the crash out shorty. Crash out shorty. Piano's one of the easiest fucking piano's fucking for retards. Like anybody with a retarded fucking mind can play piano. It's not difficult. See these pianos, they try to trick you. Oh my god, these nigga piano's all soul. That's all it is. Do you have rhythm? Do you have finger dexterity? You can play piano. It doesn't take much. It takes like 5 minutes. Now learning songs and composing all that shit, that's hard. That's a lot of work. I ain't doing all that. But I will get on piano, just fuck around and play because I'm a real nigga. So back to the story about Crash Out Shawty. Crash Out, that's a fucking song. God damn it. Let me put this on Twitter. Let's get this thing going. I'm so sorry, audience. I'm so sorry because this is the Crash Out Shorty song. The Crash Out Shorty story. Oh my god, the Crash Out story. Oh my god, Crash Out Shorty. Bitches is splashing out over Apex. Make it stop, man. Make it stop. God damn it. All right, so let's start the story from the origins. Like all great stories. So I was walking my territory, no car, taking a bus, walking around because my car fucking blew up. Just being a nigga that barely had anything to do to his name. And so I see a little shorty. She got a dog. I'm like, oh, that dog's kind of dope. This shorty, she's in good shape. She's looking nice, looking fine, fly, nice little ray head. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see what her movements are. Those bitches outside, walking around, living in La La Land. I got a dog, just walking around. And I never bugged her. Just walk. Make eye contact a couple times. Don't say anything. Just look. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing well. All right. Hey, it's good. And so anyway, I'm walking. I'm feeling down. I'm like, Apex needs to win. Because Apex don't got a car. Apex is broke as shit. Taking a bus. The bus takes an hour and a half to get to a fucking job that's like 10 minutes away. I'm just like, fuck, man. Life is booty right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Life is not booty, but Apex is in the dumps. So Apex taking a walk. He has a plan in mind. He has an idea of how to get a car, but he's about a month away from getting this car. So he has to struggle and fight to be able to get to the car. So Apex sees his little Crash Out shawty and sees her walking the dog. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me take a shot. Let me see what happens. So I'm like, hey, what's up, shawty? She's like, hey, how you doing? And so we make eye contact, and she's like, ooh, who the fuck dislike? What you fuck niggas dislike? God damn it, I'm so tired of people. Why are you gonna take your like away? Like, what type of hater shit is that? You gonna take a like away? Who takes a like away? Like, no. On the principle of things, once you like something, it means you had an emotional thing where you're like, you know what, I want to like this. And for you to go and say, I'm gonna take the like back, like, nigga, what? What type of logic is that? That's some hater ass logic, emotional gay boy shit. Don't ever fucking dislike then re-like. I don't fuck with that on principle. Anyway, back to the story of the Crash Out shawty. The Crash Out shawty, she makes the eye contact with me, and it's like, oh, she's ready to go. I'm just like, hey, what's your name? She's like, you call me Crash Out shawty. I said, okay, I'll call you Crash Out shawty then. And so we're talking, and we're just talking. And I was like, hey, look, I have a fitness thing called Cybermaze Fitness. And I don't know, you and your dog, you guys have like the look. I'm like, would you like to work together? And she was like, what? I was just trying to fuck you. Like, I don't know about all this stuff. Like, you're talking about doing work. Nigga, I don't do work. I'm a Crash Out shawty. I'm a beautiful Crash Out shawty with a degree. I don't need to do work. Because work is for bitches that can't be Crash Out shawties and don't have dogs and don't go to UT. I'm not one of them bitches. I'm one of these bitches that are real bitches that just walk around with dogs and shit all day because I don't got anything better to do because people don't like me because I'm a fucking Crash Out shawty. So anyway, Crash Out shawty. Crash Out shawty. Oh my god, this is a fucking song. So the Crash Out shawty. I say, hey, look, we're walking around my little territory and I'm just talking. I'm like, yeah, I want to grow like a village. I want to have like 10 kids. Lola could be like a grace. Yeah, she don't know any better. Because once again, women are a reflection of the guys that they fucking around. So if she's around a bunch of dumbass college guys, they're just looking to fuck. I just want to put my dick in a fucking hole. Ugh, I don't care if it's a guy, girl, or even a hole in the wall. I'll put my dick in anything. That's a lot of niggas. That's a lot of niggas moving. And they get mad. It was accident. Wait, it was an accident. I liked it again by accident. What? I'm confused, nigga. It was an accident. I liked it again by accident. Oh, okay. I appreciate it, Emmanuel. Thank you for clarifying the situation. I was about to say, nigga, I want to hunt you down because I don't appreciate niggas doing some Indian giving shit. That is not in the apex school of fucking manhood. We do not do Indian givers. Once you give, you have to let it go. Don't come back for your fucking shit. What the fuck we talking about here? That's some fucking crash out shorty shit. So anyway, this story. Oh my god. Oh, you got listen, people. I have to give you a prelude to how fucking funny the story is. It's just a conundrum of all funny things. So anyway, I'm talking to the chick. I was like, hey, look, I try to give her some instructions. Like, hey, look, if you want to work together, or you want to do something, here's my business, here's my webpage, here's my Instagram. Because back then my Instagram was Cybermaze Fitness instead of Apex Sapien. Check out my webpage if you like what you like. Book a time and let's work together. Let's talk some business. I'm a real nigga. I do real nigga shit on a regular basis. So I don't have time to sit there and just dilly dally on the phone. Schedule your time. We can talk. And once we talk, we can figure out what the business is going to be. And what the business is going to be, we can operate and move off of that. Because it's called standard operating procedure, which most of you niggas don't got. Most of you niggas don't brush your face or brush your teeth or drink water, which is the basics. And most niggas don't do that. Most niggas are suffering with just brushing their face, brushing their teeth, and drinking water. But that's another story for another fucking day. I'll get on niggas about, oh my God, the roommate I had to say he only brushes his teeth twice a week. I got to tell you guys about the fucking loser Apex days. Beautiful days. So crash out shorty, I send her the message. She doesn't reach back. She's just like, well, fuck yeah, I'm crash out shorty. I do what I want to do. I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it. So Apex is just sitting there, bored, no car, grinding, trying to figure life out, like all real niggas do. And eventually, a couple months go past by. I see the crash out shorty. We exchange whatever. I don't say anything about the fucking working out and all that other shit. I don't even whatever. Fuck it. And so anyway, I finally get my new whip. I make a mission. I bust out to California. The homie had a job at fucking Kia. The nigga set me up because my credit was fucked up. I almost had a repo. The repo wasn't repo. I paid off the car. Everything was all good. Got the car. Drove back to fucking Texas. So now we back to Texas flexing, nigga. Flexing. Niggas got new clothes. We can make moves. We can make operations. Because now niggas are actually doing shit. And at that point in time, I'm thinking about like handyman shit because I got new car bills. I don't want to be a broke nigga, so I gotta figure out some way to make some money. So I'm making a little bit of more dough. Like we're in the infancy stage of growing the handyman operation and TV mounts and shit. TV Mount God. Please check out the fucking TV Mount God guide if you have not got a chance to check it, because it is a wonderful guide to get you started. So you no longer have to be a broke nigga like I was, because that was the way out. That was my way out. Was fucking mounting TVs. But anyway, we have an event in Texas where it's like the Walk of Lights. Where like in Texas, in Austin, there's a big ass park, and this big ass park they set up a bunch of fucking Christmas lights. And at the job I was working, we got free comp for the tickets, and then they said, "Oh, you could bring somebody." So I'm like, you know what? And once again, I'm working with a primarily redacted operation, which is very important to the fucking story, because this redacted operation does not like crash out shorties. They are very against crash out shorties. Actually, a matter of fact, they will fucking go to war over crash out shorties. So if you bring a crash out shorty to this redacted operation, you're going to be in some situations. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me test the fucking waters. Let me see what happens. I'm a scientist. I just like to see what the fuck happens. Let me increase the difficulty of all things to see how much my stress can tolerate. So I'm not really the type of guy, like women have to make it very obvious that they want to be around me and be with me, because I'm just not playing that game anymore. I've given up on the cold approach game. Like a lot of you niggas, you guys like the cold approach in theory, but if you actually go out there and practice cold approach, it is a fucking horrifying experience as a man. Unless you're like LeBron James or you're somebody who's just already fucking known, walking around cold approaching is the complete opposite way that you ever want to approach women. Because you got to think about it. Women are not us, so they can't really defend themselves. So when they got this big scary monster, which is known as a man, who they don't know, who's a stranger, and he just comes up and is like, "Hey, baby, can I get your number? I want to put my dick in your hole." They're like, "What the fuck?" They're terrified. They're fucking like, "Oh!" They go crazy because most niggas is crazy. They see the stories online about bitches getting killed and all types of wild shit, and because they see these stories, they have like a preconceived notion that they are not fucking with strange guys. So every single girl that you ever meet, she has a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. I'm married. They just capping. It's all cap. And let me give you a good counter for you, you cold approach niggas, you cold approach ninjas. If a girl says I have a boyfriend, ask her what's the shoe size. And she'll go, huh? The shoe size. I'm like, yeah, what's the shoe size? That's a funny tongue twister. Shoe size. You ask her what's his shoe size, and what she's gonna say is, she'll laugh like, "Oh my god, that's actually a pretty good question." Like, you know what? Let me give you my number because you actually get it. But most girls be like, "Well, they just act like bitches and they'll fucking run off." Once again, how do I know this? Because I practice this. I practice in Vegas a lot. One of the things that living in Vegas teaches you is that you can say whatever you want to say to people, and you never have to worry about it ever coming back home to you because don't live in Vegas. They come out to visit, so you can really just be reckless out there in the streets in Vegas, and not worry about any real repercussions, which is one of the benefits of it. But that's if you really want to work on your cold approach game, because cold approaching does not work in reality. But anyway, Crash Out Shorty, I was like, okay, I got this free comp ticket. Who can I invite? I don't want to look like a loser just coming there by myself. So let me see who can I think in my mind. I said, you know what? I'm flexing. I'm feeling myself. I'm in shape. I got a new car. Exactly. Oh, you got a boyfriend, never posted. So the boyfriend is fictional. The boyfriend is some imaginary nigga in their head that they just made up as a defense mechanism. Most girls have a boyfriend as a defense mechanism to keep the strange guys away. That's really the defense mechanism, which is pretty ingenious. I can't get mad at it. It's very smart. So I think to myself, it's like, you know what? Let me go test the waters. Let me go ask Crash Out Shorty. So Crash Out Shorty lives a couple doors down from me. Like the way way our apartment complex is laid out, is like she's like a 3-minute walk, maybe like a 2-minute walk from my apartment. So it's like I'm on the lower floor, she's on the higher floor, and we don't have to directly see each other unless it's like just chance circumstances. But like if they're outside, we're just kind of walking around, we'll see each other. But like she can easily avoid me if she doesn't want to see me. It's very easy to fucking avoid me. You can run the other way. Her car is parked in the garage. My shit's out in the open like a real nigga because I don't care. I don't got time to sit around and go to a garage. You want to run my car? Congratulations, you win. I'm going to booby trap it, so hopefully you get fucked. But outside of that, I don't care. Go ahead. You want to fucking break into my shit? Whatever. It's life. I'll deal with it. I deserve whatever happens. So pull up to Crash Out Shorty's. I walk up to her crib. I'm like, hey, Crash Out Shorty. Like, knock, knock. And it's like 9 o'clock at night. And she comes out and she's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what's up, Crash Out Shorty? She's like, hey, what's up, Apex? I was like, yeah. So I don't know if you ever been to like the Walk of Lights, but I got a free comp. Here's my company that I work for. Here's my business card. Like, this is where I work. Check it out. It's like in 2 or 3 days. So like I know it's kind of short notice, but I just thought you might like going. I figured to ask you because I just had a recent conversation with you. I don't really mess with too many girls in the area. I figure we go as neighbors, platonic friends, whatever, get to know you a little bit better. See if I can get you to work with me in business. That's really my alternative motive. Is like, can we work in business together? And I think she was on like, oh, this guy's trying to make it all the stops to get some pussy. And I'm gonna fucking take him through the ringer. I'm gonna see how much money I can get this guy. Because that's what she was really thinking in her head. So anyway, me and Crash Out Shorty, she agrees. And she's like, thank you so much. Like, I always wanted to go. I've never been there. This is my first time going because usually it's just me and my dog is just everything I do because I don't have any human friends because I'm a fucking single child and I don't know how to operate with human beings. I'm like, all right, Crash Out Shorty, that works for me. So me and Crash Out Shorty, we exchanged phone numbers. She takes my phone, puts her real first name, last name, the number, and puts a little fucking heart face on it. I'm like, okay, Crash Out Shorty's about the action. So I was like, oh, this is nice. Maybe we got a situation on here. Maybe Apex has found love. So anyway, I take Crash Out Shorty. 2 days pass. I text just information. Hey, here's the logistics. This is where we're going. Are you sure you want to go? It's about a day and a half. Are you sure you can cancel whenever you want to cancel? Like, I'm giving her free outs because I realize, holy fuck, this is going to be a really, really, really fucking terrible situation because the people at my redacted job are not, like, I tell them like, hey, I'm bringing a chick. They're like, what's her name? I tell her Crash Out Shorty. He's like, oh, so she's a redacted. I'm like, yeah, she is a redacted. She's like, oh, okay. And so they're already planning to treat the Crash Out Shorty like shit. So me and Crash Out Shorty, we get there early, and as most redacted people do, they arrive late, which is what redacted people do. And they come and they see, and like this is people like I'm intimate with. Like these are like almost like my family at this point. And they're looking like, did this ninja really just bring this Crash Out Shorty to our fucking redacted thing? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh wow. And so all the little babies, they're looking like, who is this, Mr. Apex? He's like, is this your girlfriend? I'm like, no, it's not my girlfriend. It's my neighbor. And she's looking at me like, oh my God. Like, because like it was all good and gravy. We're just sitting there talking, vibing until like the fucking redacted people came. And then she's like, oh my God, I can't believe like I really agreed to this. And I was like, yeah, like, and I asked her, like, hey, are you comfortable around redacted people? Like, I'm just trolling her, like the whole time, just trolling. They did tell you bring a +1, but let me tell you something about redacted people. When they say bring a +1, they mean bring a redacted one. They don't want you to bring a crash out shorty. Crash out shorty is against the rules of nature when it comes to redacted people. Oh my God. I hope if you're enjoying the story, please give me a thumbs up. If you want me to go faster, if you want more details, just put it in the group chat, put it in the chat. Like, hey, please keep this going. Because I'm having a great time reliving and rehashing because I'm thinking back of the history of the crash out shorty. So let me go ahead and share this with the Twitter people so they can enjoy this crash out story. So crash out shorty realizes, oh my God, I'm in the midst of the fucking belly of the beast. And she's like getting a little bit like tense, and she's getting closer to me. I'm looking like, I don't know you like that. Like, you're just my neighbor. Like, and so people are coming up like, hey, is this your crash out shorty? I was like, no, this is my neighbor. Like, we're just here as neighbor. I just had a free ticket. She'd never been. I decided to bring the crash out shorty. And they're like, bro, you get crashed. And the funny thing about ninjas are hilarious. Ninjas like, what? He has a crash out shorty? Oh my God. He has a crash out shorty. Niggas like, oh, niggas like, you know what I'm saying? You guys understand. When you're around ninjas worship you if you bring a crash out shorty. Because they're like, how does he do it? What's the secret to getting crash out shorties? It's like, bro, just be a man. That's it. That's how you get crash out shorty. That's the secret to all things in life. Just be a man. Just take it. Just ask. Go for it. Fuck it. There's nothing else stopping you. So me and crash out shorty, we're walking through the thing, and like I have a camera on me. Like I was just fully just trolling this. Oh my God. I trolled this woman so badly. I trolled Crash Out Shorty so badly. Like I'm sending her Pepe memes. I'm trying to give her every indication. Please run. Please run. Thank you, Mr. NW. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for saying that. We're all one-on-one, man. It's just you got to embrace you. Once you start to embrace you, and this is the thing. When you guys, this is on a side note, side tangent. When you hang out with little kids are their own one-on-one. Like the kids don't act the same. Kids are all completely just different. It's like once they get older and they get put into like these boxes, then they start to fall to peer pressure. Like when a kid's 5 or 6, he doesn't know what the fuck peer pressure is. He just does what he wants to do. Like, they're just fucking wild ass animals. They just look at you, fucking, they're crazy kids. I love fucking 5 or 6-year-old kids, man. No pedophile. And so me and the crash out shorty, we're walking through. She's just getting treated like shit. Everybody's treating her like shit. And I think for the first time in her life, she felt what it was like to be black in America. I'm sorry. She felt what it was like to be redacted in America for the first time. For the first time, she realized, oh my God, this is what it's like to be a redacted person in America. Keep it that way. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, NW. Yeah, few people have the ever get that experience that are of the crash out culture to experience what it's like to be a minority within the Great West. And she was like, oh, and she was just lying her ass off at so many different levels. But we're talking. I'm like, okay, this girl's not too dumb. Like, she actually knows a little thing. Like, she was interested to talk to. We're talking, we're vibing. And she starts telling me, like, oh, I got to add you guys on this one. So this is why I should turn the car around. I forgot to add this very important detail. So we're in the car, we're driving. And she's talking to me, and I'm trying to drive, and she's just staring through me, just staring at me, talking to me. I'm just listening. Okay. I'm trying to look at the road. We get a stop sign, look at her, and she's like, "Oh, that's a man." And then I ask her, like, "Hey, what time do you have to be home?" Like, she's like, "Well, I don't have to be home. Like, there's no Pacific time. I can be home whenever I need to be home." I was like, "Okay, bet." Like, okay, she's ready to go. This is girl's TTG, trying to go, shawty. But no, she was trying to crash out that shawty. Interlude. All right, brief interlude as I reclaim my Crash Out Shorty story. So Crash Out Shorty told me on the ride. I was like, so she's like, I'm like, what's your plans for the future? Like, what do you want to do? She's like, well, I'm thinking about going to get my master's. Like, I'm like, okay, what did you major in? She's like, well, at first I was a biology major. I was like, oh, cool, I was a biology major. Like, what made you stop being a biology major? She's like, well, I wasn't very good at math, so I ended up training to psychology. I was like, like, isn't my heart drop? I was like, oh fuck, psychology majors. Oh, red flag, super red flag. Super, super fucking red flag. Austin, I'm telling a goddamn story over YouTube, so I can't really bring you on yet. So you have to hold for a minute. Hold, nigga. Hold. That's my brother. He's on the spaces trying to fucking interlude into the story. So Crash Out Shorty's like, yeah, I majored in psychology. I was like, fuck, I need to turn this car around. Like, this is gonna be all bad. Like, first of all, she's a Crash Out Shorty. Second of all, we're going to a redacted fucking event with a bunch of redacted people that I'm very intimate and they know me very well. And she's a psychology major. So I asked her, like, what's your future plan? She's like, well, I'm thinking about like going to get my master's. I'm like, okay, well, doing your master's, like, how are you gonna do that? She's like, well, I'm kind of like, what about like future relationships and like that? He said, well, I'm kind of looking for like a husband. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Your family minded. She said, yeah. I want my husband like to pay for my grad school, and then he pays for the grad school, and then like once I get done in grad school, I'll make a bunch of money, and then like he can be like the stay at home dad. And I was like, like fucking red flags going up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, whoa, hold on a second. You want your so you want your guy to pay for your grad school, and then he's going to be a stay-at-home dad? I'm like, do you understand how much money a guy makes to be able to pay for your grad school and not be in debt? Unless the guy's a total retard. Like, if he's just retarded, then yeah, he'll probably just go to debt to pay for you to go to school. But either way, the guy doesn't win that situation. That's an all bad situation for the guy. And like, I don't say this out loud, but in my head, I'm like, wow, this bitch is retarded. Like, this is literally a retard girl. So I'm just sitting there looking at Crash Out Shorty. I'm like, you know what? Let Crash Out Shorty do what Crash Out Shorty do. So I'm just listening. I'm like, you know what? At that point, I kind of realized she deserves what's about to happen at this event. Like, in my head, I'm like having like a dastardly devil laugh. He's the penguin. He was a G. Thank you, young hoodie. Thank you. I appreciate the G compliments. I'm just nigga. I'm just a real nigga. I'm just out here in the field, just doing field shit, touching grass, which most niggas don't do. Most niggas don't touch grass, so you don't have stories. You don't touch grass, no stories. No stories, no grass. Simple math. 1 + 1, nigga. So anyway, Crash Out Shorty. She tells me this shit. I'm like, you know what? At that point, I realized it's too far. We're already almost halfway there. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking do it. Let me see how bad this date goes. Let me see how fucking horrifying this date goes. Like, I knew it was gonna be bad, but I want to see how bad it could be. And so anyway, she starts to meet all the redacted people that know me intimately. We're talking, we're vibing, we're chilling. And she actually handled it pretty well, surprisingly. Like, she didn't flee, she didn't get scared. Like, maybe because she knew that like I was driving, but she didn't say like, oh fuck it, let me just go get an Uber, go back home. Fuck this, fuck you. I don't want to. Maybe she's just being nice. But I think she was genuinely like interested. Like, you know what? Fuck it. For all this bullshit I'm going, maybe I'm gonna get my back blown out to such a degree. Like, it's fucking worth it. It's worth dealing with the fucking redacted people who just don't fucking like me because of my skin color. Redacted. So anyway, we're talking, we're vibing. We eventually peel off from the rest of the people. I put her through the torture chamber. I have her taking pictures of like the little kids, just fucking fuck with her, Max, just testing her at all levels, testing her. And she's keeping a very decent poker face. I can tell she's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why did I end up in this position? Why? I can read it in her eyes. She's like, why? She's like, I hope this dick is so good because what I'm going through is just fucking horrifying. Fuck it. She's like, fuck it, I'm already here. Let me play the part. Let me play the fucking part. And it really felt like an escort situation. Like, I just brought an escort with me to a fucking child event. And so anyway, we get through the thing. We eventually peel off from everybody. It's just me, her walking, talking. And we're talking about like relationships, talking about families. And she's like, I really feel and she's like, I really feel like the woman holds the culture of like the family. And I look at her, I was like, what are you talking about? Like in this exact voice, I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, well, I feel like women are like the culture. Like, she's the one who kind of determines how things are ran around the house and things like that. And like what sets the tone for the relationship. And I'm like, huh? I was like, man, let me explain something to you. Let me teach you about the hierarchy of man. See, there's three types of guys in this world. There's the what I call the unfuckables, which is like 70% of the population. It's the unfuckables. And she laughs at that. She's like, that's funny, actually. I'm like, yeah, you see the unfuckables. The guys are just like, they don't brush their teeth, don't wash their face, don't put lotion on, don't drink water. Those niggas. And then there's the tools. And see, the tools, they can sometimes pretend like they're the top guy, but they're not really the top guy. There's the guys called the sapiens. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, there's the guys called the sapiens. And she's like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay. So like you've been in the field, you've been talking to guys. There's tools. Like if you look at a hierarchy, it's like 70% are the fucking unfuckables. Then like 25% is like the tools. And the tools are like guys who are very good at one thing and they just like fucking. That's most guys. Most guys are very good at one thing and they just like fucking. They like to be told what to do, get their fucking money, get their pussy, and go about life. That's the fucking tool. And then there's the top thing. She's like, well, who's the top guy? I'm like, you look at him. It's called the sapiens. And she's like, what's the sapien? I'm like, we know how to think. And she's like, think? I'm like, yeah, some guys can think. They actually know what they're doing. And she's like, what? Like, she's so confused. Like, what? What do you mean think? Like, there's guys that can think? That exists? You mean all guys are not dogs? And she's looking at me like, hold on, you're not a dog? I'm looking at her like, no, baby. This ain't a dog. This is a real deal. It's a real sapien that you're looking at right now. And she's like, oh my God. Like, this is insane. This is literally insane. So we get back to my car. We're driving back. And this is where the shit fucking hit the fan. This is where I realized, oh my God, I thought she was going to call police on me. I got terrified. I got scared. Because we're talking about relationships. I'm just like, man, like, she's like, well, how old are you? I was like, well, she's like, I can swear you're like 20 something. I'm like, no, I'm 45. She's like, what? You're 45? I'm like, yeah, I'm 45. She's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, check my driver's license. And she looks at the driver's license, redacted age, 45 years old. He's like, how do you look like that? I was like, ma'am, it's called you wash your face, you drink water, and you work out. That's it. Have fun with life. And she's like, no way. Like, this is like she's perplexed. And so we're talking about relationships, and she's like, well, what's your view on relationships? I was like, well, you know what we have like in the modern dating? It's like, it's so strange. Because what I kind of realized about modern dating is like, there's only two ways this thing goes. And it's like, we're dating for marriage, like we're dating for a long-term relationship of like where we can both win, or we're doing like this weird, like, I guess you would call like just situationships. I didn't want to say escorts. I didn't want to offend her. And she's like, ooh, like I can tell she started getting nervous. She's like, oh, he knows my game. Oh, she's like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm very nervous. And she started getting scared. And like, we're driving back. It's nighttime. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And she's getting scared. She's like, where are we going? I was like, man, we're going back home. And she's like, oh. And so I tell her, like, hey, I had a friend, like, 'cause I was talking to one of my, I have a mentor, and it's like an old pimp. And she's like, what, a pimp? She's like, oh my God. Oh, I was like, no, it's not what you think it is. He doesn't pimp anymore. She's like, what? she's like, yeah, like, I could tell she started getting scared. She started getting nervous. And what was interesting is towards the last 5 minutes of that ride, because I'm trying to speed back to get back, because I'm feeling like, oh, okay, this bitch might jump out the car because she's fucking terrified. And I heard a real girl come out. See, a lot of times you guys don't ever hear this from women because you guys don't actually put the pressing questions on them. You guys don't really make them question what they're doing with their lives. But there gets to a point where a woman, like, she has like two faces. She has the I'm proud woman to hear me roar, and there's the scared little fucking 12-year-old girl that she really is, which is the scared woman that she really is. And we're talking, and she's like you just don't understand. Like, you get burned one time, and it's like, fuck it. Like, why am I even? I used to think, and like I could hear her, like she's catching herself as she's telling the truth. And I was like, wow, this is probably the first time this woman ever told the truth about shit. And she's just fucking like, oh my God, like, and like and then we get done with the car, and like we're talking, and like I can really hear like the real her coming out. Like we're actually really talking, like on a human level, like really talking. And so she's like, I'm like, oh well, you want to go get your drink? Like, I don't mind keeping the night going. Like, I'm enjoying this conversation. She's like, no, I need to get back into my house and go study for my fucking exams. I was like, all right, well, here, you can just get out here. I'll go park. And she's like, okay. And she got out and just ran. ran to her apartment. I just saw her run to her apartment. I was like, okay, well, that was odd. So I get no fucking contact. I don't ever hear back from this girl for like a couple days. And I'm walking the grocery store and I see her. And like at this point, like, listen, I kick it with kids. Like I hang out with the youth. And so it's just natural for me like to just fucking touch the head of the kids, like just grab them by their head and just shake them. Because they're fucking kids. I just play with them all day. Like I treat them like little fucking playthings. And so I see her, she's walking the grocery store, like looking like a retard. I don't know if she sees me. Like we're walking right in front of each other. Like we're looking at each other as we're walking to each other. And I'm like, is this bitch really trying to pretend like she doesn't see me? And so as she's walking, I go and I have like a loaf of bread and I tap the top of her head with the loaf of bread. And she looks up, she's like, huh. And I smile. I'm just like, hey. And I fucking keep walking. And she's like, what the fuck? She's so confused. And so from that day forward, I didn't see that girl again for damn near like fucking a month and a half, 2 months. Like I didn't see her walk her dog. And like I started getting worried. I was like, damn, this bitch committed suicide. Like, what the fuck? And so I sent her a text, like, hey man, like first dates, right? Like a smiley face, just joking around, and no response. I was like, asshole. Because I'm realizing how bad what torture chamber I put this bitch in. I made her rethink her whole life. And like another 2 weeks pass, I get this offer on Instagram, like, oh, come get your teeth whitened for like $50. You get your teeth whitened, clean. We do this whole procedure for you, and we'll actually let you bring somebody else, another +1. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll bring the crash out shorty, like almost like a repayment, because it's like I scared the fucking shit out of this girl, and I'm trying to do some damage control to some degree. Like I'm trying to be like, hey, look, I know we're neighbors. So I don't really want to have this awkward fucking experience where like none of us are talking, we don't look at each other, blah, blah, blah. Like we pretend like we don't know each other. So here, let me fucking give a peace treaty. Like, hey, here's me. Let me talk to you about what happened, what you experienced, so we can kind of like breeze past this so that we can have some understanding. Ghosted. No fucking comment. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So I give up. I just give up. I stopped trying to fucking contact her. And what would happen is every once in a while, I would see her. And she would be like, oh, and she would pretend like she didn't see me and just fucking dip off. I'm like, all right, well, this is awkward. And this goes on for like 6, 7 months. Like where I might catch eyes, or like she'll pretend like she doesn't see me, she's hiding. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? So I know as graduation comes, she graduates because I see her fucking parents as I'm walking out my house. And she got like old ass parents. And I guess like she's like a single child. So Crash Out Shorty is like now like graduated. She's now in reality. And this bitch don't got a job. I can tell this bitch don't got a job. Because here's the thing, I don't got a job. And there was a couple times in my fucking my time living here where I'll just be at the crib, like fucking working, doing handyman shit in between jobs, just kind of fucking chilling at the crib. Like I'll do a handyman job, come back home, kick it. Handyman job, come back home, kick it. Handyman job, go home, kick it, put some YouTube on, and that's how I was living life. That's how I was maneuvering this fucking in this bitch. But the Crash Out Shorty, she started to notice that like I wasn't keeping regular hours, so she started to get curious, like, what the fuck? Like she'll see me outside, like bring my tool bag into my fucking apartment. She'll see me like with a ladder. She would see me doing like things that I wasn't normally doing. Because when she met me, I was a fucking at this redacted job, working like a tech job, in like a fucking polo, just fucking clean cut. Now I'm dressing in hard hats and fucking vests, and she's catching this. And she's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And so now, what I've noticed over the last like month and a half, and now it's really ramped up over like the last like week or so, 2 weeks. This bitch has been making a fucking effort to see me, like legitimate efforts. Because I'm like, hold up, like I didn't see, like it's like I said, the layout of my apartment is very easy for us to avoid each other. Like it's not like it's something where we have to walk past each other on a daily basis. It's like no, she's kind of like on the opposite end, and I'm on one end, and there's multiple exits throughout the fucking apartment complex. So if she didn't want to see me, she would never have to see me. But what I started to notice is I would come outside and be by my car to go do something, and she would be like waiting at my car. And this is a good looking young like stallion. Oh my god, nice ass, decent titties, beautiful face line. Just a fucking, she's a baddie. I can't even lie. That's the only reason I made the attempt to go for it. And I would see this bitch like just looking at me with just crazed eyes, just looking at me, staring at my soul, and then she would like run away. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And so the last 2 weeks now, as I'm leaving out my apartment, like I noticed this morning, the funniest shit happened. I'm in my car, I'm getting hyped up. I'm about to go make some fucking money, and I'm just shouting like, "Rich for like." Every time I walk out to my car, I just put my hands up. I go, "Rich forever, Apex, rich forever." I yell this shit out all the time after I make a fucking deal, after anything. Like people will hear me like, "Rich forever." They're looking at me like, "Oh, okay, that's the crazy nigga. He's crazy." And so I'm in my car. I'm getting some shit in order, and she walks past my car. Like my car is parked. So she had to go, like she saw that my car was there, saw that I was in the car. Cause like the way you come out, she has to see like me in the car. There's no way to not see me. And so I'm looking at my phone, doing some shit, getting the GPS right. I look up and she's like walking with her dog and she's looking at me as she's walking past. And then when I make eye contact, she looks and she has like this look in her eye, like, I need to know more. I need to see you more. I need you. I want you. Like, I can read it. Like, I'm telling you, guys don't understand this. You look in a woman's eyes, women have this fucking thing. When a woman looks deep in your fucking eyes, it means that she wants you. Like, she's giving you the signal, like, she's transferring her brain shit into your fucking mind. Like, I fucking want your babies. I want your kids. I want your soul. I want everything that you have. I want it all. And that's the look this bitch is giving me for like the last 2 weeks. I'm like, hold up. And so I started noticing, like in all recent events, I started noticing developments because once again, if you're a sapien, you observe your surroundings and you look around at things and you observe differences and changes. I noticed the bitch got a roommate. I'm like, oh, you didn't have a roommate at first. Yep, it's facts. Women love a mystery. And like she has to be so confused because I noticed that like sometimes I walk by, she'll have like new guys coming by. Like new guys that she will walk out with, boyfriends or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I was like, oh, that's not the same guy. That's a different guy. And you know what? This is my theory. I think that she can't have sex anymore without thinking about me. I think like her mind is so fucking warped and wrapped around me because she's like, she's probably been testing the theory. Like, okay, I just got this guy. He's fucking heads over heels over me. This guy's heads over heels over me. This guy, he won't stop leaving me alone. This guy won't stop leaving me alone. Why is this fucking dude not hitting me back up? Why is he not texting me? Why is he not reaching out? Why is he not doing something? And I started playing a little game with her where I fuck her, where I fuck with her, where I found her TikTok. And so I would go to TikTok, and you know how TikTok, it can show you who watched your profile. So like every like 2 months or so, or like a month, I would just go on her profile, and she has no fucking pictures, no nothing. Who the fuck took their goddamn like? You bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna cut the story short. Fucking fuck niggas. I would fuck with her and view her TikTok profile just to show, like, hey, look, I'm watching. Don't think I don't know. I fucking know. I'm watching. I'm paying attention very carefully. And so now I had a recent event at my house where like maybe like 9:00 in the morning. I hear somebody fidget at my fucking door. I'm like, hold on, did somebody try to fucking get into my door? And so I thought it was the new black maintenance dude. I thought the new black maintenance dude was trying to rob me. And I talked to the black maintenance guy, like, nah, this nigga ain't trying to rob me. He's just happy that he has a job that's paying him well. He has a kid. Nigga's just trying to chill. He's fucking laid back chilling. So I'm like, who the fuck tried to get into my door? You know what I realized? It might have been this girl trying to sneak into my fucking apartment. This bitch, she has to be losing it right now. Because I've been catching her like literally the last 5 or 6 days. I have stared this woman in the eyes face to face. I don't say anything. I just look and smile and go about my business. Even one time I looked at her like I was walking. I see her. And like as I make eye contact, I'm like, oh, fucking run. And like I saw the look on her face. She was like like I heard her like steps like go to look. I was crying laughing because like, dude, this girl, she's crashing out. Like this morning, she had to crash out when she walked past my car because she didn't have to walk past my car the way it's set up. Like it would make more sense to go the opposite way. She did the extra effort to walk past my car so I could see her. She wants me to see her. She wants me to say something because she can't say anything. She doesn't know what to say. She's fucking lost. She's lost. She's lost in the tizzle. Apex got this bitch crossed up. She's ready to crash out. And I might have found me a wife, y'all. Fuck it. I'm out the game. Apex been lying. I'm lying to y'all niggas. I'm crashing out. I'm a sucker for love, nigga. I'm a sucker. But that's the story of the Crash Out Shorty. I'll keep you guys up with the recent developments of what's going to happen. But this was a beautiful fucking. She still thinks you're 45. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't think she really thinks I'm 45. But here's the thing. She might be secretly stalking my social media because I send her my social media shit. Like I send her my Instagram. Because like when I first, this is one of the things I do on the dates. Like I sent her all the information. Like here I am. I'm not no fucking creeper. I'm a guy in the community. I actually do real nigga shit. Like I actually have real operations running. Apex is not out here just being a loser in society. I'm not one of these guys that got nothing to show for it. Like, look, here's what I do. Like, I'm not bullshitting with I talk. I was telling her about the Maces. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, yeah, Maces, Mason Club. She's like, "What Mason Club? What are you talking about?" I'm like, here, just check out my Instagram. And she just looks at it. And she does like, whatever. What she sees it. I hope she does see it. Hopefully, she gets some balls and knocks on my fucking door and acts like a fucking real bitch. But here's the thing: you gotta remember, bitches can't think. Bitches can't think that far. But what I think happened was, for the first time in her life, poor went out for the Crash Out Shorty. Yeah, we got to, man. And I'm telling you, watch it. In about a month or so, I promise you, I'm going to verify all the things I'm telling you. I'm going to bring this girl onto the live, and I'm going to have her verify all the shit I'm telling you. I'm not capping. There's no cap in this whole goddamn story. No cap. And it's just funny because, like, dude, I'm just a wild nigga. Like, here's the thing. She's been catching me like work out. Like I'll be out in the fucking the little grass area. I'll walk out to the grass area, swing my maces, get the kettlebells, get some early morning working in. Cause like once again, please people, listen to my my video on the 4 habit developments. Habit number 3, get out your ass and go touch some grass. That's the first thing I do. I get my journal, I write, train, and I touch grass. I walk around the territory. I gotta survey the land, make sure everything's operational and everything's running the way it should be. And that's the story of Crash Out Shorty, man. I won't keep you guys up with recent developments, but you guys, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. That's all I got for today. I gotta film some more videos, talk about the submarine, talk about Conor McGregor fucking leaving Michael Chandler hanging. Yeah, and just talk about life, man, life shit. But appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. And hope you guys find your Crash Out Shorty. Please like, subscribe. And also, I did open, if you want to leave a nigga something, I did create a Cash App, Apex Con. If you want to leave some fucking love in the Apex Con fucking Snapchat, not Snapchat, but the fucking whatever it's called, Cash App, please do. I appreciate it. It goes to a worthy cause, which is keeping niggas real. Apex rich forever.